Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bird Real Estate Podcast Show. For the new viewers, I am your host, Bruce Bird Jr., also known as Boss Man Bruce. As you know, daily on the episodes, we just not educate, but we motivate other people to take that leap of faith with the people that I interview on my platform, so you can get closer to your God-given talent or your gift. On today's episode, we have a guy named Zachary Clark. Today, I'm mixing it up a little bit because I want to give people a variety of options. You know, he's an entrepreneur. He also was in real estate. He's American actor, director, producer, coach. Currently based in St. Louis area. At the age 13, Zach began his career performing stand-up comedy at his church talent show. From there, Zach has gone on to host STL TV's programs, Close Up, and Taking It to the Streets. His creative flair has landed diverse projects that range from working alongside John Goodman from Explore St. Louis and portraying Hall of Famer Bob Gibson in a St. Louis Cardinals tribute. His first film role, James in Joint Body, came to 2010, starring Mark Pellegrino and Alicia Witt. With these projects gaining him notice, Zach starred and lived in live theater roles, starting with J. Peak Creative Works musical, Real Life. The powerful performer secured an opportunity to play in the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a well-received production of The Meeting. I want you guys to help me applaud Zachary Clark, a friend of mine I grew up with personally, and he's doing great things, and I'm blessed and honored for him to be on my podcast platform. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good, Bruce. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. It's amazing. I'm happy. Like you said, we grew up together. So like for me to be doing my thing, you're doing yours, I can do nothing but support. And thank you for having me on here.
I appreciate that. So we got 3 topics.
Okay.
And the first topic, what I want my viewers to know so they can feel rapport as we go on along with this interview is, who are you?
Who am I? Right off the bat, I'm a believer. I'm a man. I'm an actor. I'm a producer, director, and coach. I'm many things, right? But I am purpose driven. So I think if I had to say one phrase, I'm purpose driven. And yeah, I'm forever expanding, right? I don't think I should ever sit still. I don't think anybody should ever sit still. I collect my thoughts, but I always keep moving forward. So purpose driven is the way I would put that out there.
Okay. Tell the viewers where you're from.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up on the north side. Then I moved to North County. That's when me and you came, into each other's world. And grew up North City. My name is Zach, so I got called white boy for a long time. And then I moved from the city to the county, and it was weird. I went from being the only Black dude with white people because I was a part of the desegregation program in Parkway, and then when we moved to the county, I was surrounded by Black people, and then being called white boy. So I went from being called racist names to being white boy.
That's crazy.
It's funny how life, it humbled me, real, in many ways.
Yeah. So, how many siblings do you have?
How many siblings do I have? I'm the youngest of 5. Got 3 older sisters, my brother, and then me. So I'm starting to see that a lot of the youngest siblings, they become the creatives of the family, and that's what I am. But unlike the hype of being the youngest, I'm not spoiled. I'm actually known as the handyman in my family. So everybody put me to work. If something break, if if a couch need moving, or I got to do something involve computers or anything, people call me.
Yeah, I can relate to that because people call me in the family. Even it's like I'm the big brother. I even know I got a sister, and it's like I'm still that big brother. So it's like everybody called me for every little thing,
Yeah.
and you just have to, play your role
Yeah.
in the family. So
Yeah.
I got another question for you. What is your personal strength?
My personal strengths. Adaptability would be a huge one.
Mm,
Um, and being optimistic. I'm
mm.
very optimistic. So yeah, adaptability and being optimistic. Though I would say those are my two highest strengths, and resilience. Yeah. Especially in the business I'm in, if you can't take some devastating either news or things happening to you, you can't really
Mhm.
keep forward.
Okay. What do you love about life?
Ooh, what do I love about life? That's a good question. I guess it really is the simple things. Um, Something as simple as watching a flower turn towards the sun to
Mm,
get its rays. That's
mm,
very simple, but that's how important life is. Like life itself is something to love. Like when nature itself has to break through the ground to just reach up to get more, the warmth that the day can provide. I think that's something to not take for granted. There are experiences, there are people, there are there are all these amazing things that come together to increase everything for the better. And
mm.
unfortunately, there's a flip side of that coin, but the greatness of it is so great that it's kind of unavoidable. You want to go through it just to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what do you like to do? You still like to skateboard? Like
Uh, no,
hobbies?
no, I'm still adventurous. I recently did a Spartan race. Right. A Spartan race is like a adult obstacle course, and
Mm,
the race was like 2.5 hours. It was tiresome. Ran my butt off. Had to climb over stuff. They keep you in shape though, and
mm.
so yeah, I'm still adventurous. I went skydiving. I don't skateboard no more. I still like watch it. I'm an X Games fan. I do all those things. I watch, but no, I don't do nothing too strenuous for me. Like I love rock climbing and skydiving and all that. My brother is an actual skydiver, so
Mm,
yeah, when we went, it was his first time, and then he kind of like he'd been pushing for more than that. So I'm proud of
mm,
him. And
mm.
yeah, we some dare angels in this family.
Okay, we're about to go to the discussion two, topic two.
Okay.
Uh, tell us about the best past success in business and your professional career in anything. Professionally.
The best success, what
Past success.
my best past success. Okay. You can break this down two ways. There's overcoming like the mental blocks of success, meaning like, is it even possible for me to be successful? That was to me a huge success. Everything after that was like, like when you do math, 2 plus 2 got to equal something and it's got to equal 4. When you get over the mental block of thinking, can something happen? It has no choice but to add up to success, especially when you put the work into it. So I would say when that moment hit me, that was a huge, big moment forward that was successful for me. Now I could mention something like being on Chicago Fire, that was huge. Working with John Goodman, that was huge. Getting my first commercial, all these things were huge. But where I would say the success started is when I got over that mental block of thinking, why not me?
So with all of that, with that success, correct?
Mhm.
How do you channel not getting too excited about what's going on? Like how do you handle your emotions
Mm. Okay, when you say too excited, do you mean that negatively or positively?
in a positive way? We can get so excited that I'm finally here. Like I'm finally, I feel my progression. I see like the light at the tunnel. How do you handle your emotions when you know
Okay.
you see yourself on the right path?
I got you. So one thing that hit me, my sister, she helped bring this to my, uh, forward, like to the front of my mind. My sister says, when things steal your focus, you never complete anything.
Mm.
And so, in the words of Kobe Bryant, if the job's not finished, what are you celebrating? So I'm all for like enjoying the journey. I'm for
Mm.
pushing people to like, oh no, you don't have fun while you're doing something. But you gotta finish the job. Like I've been on movie sets, I've been on TV, filming commercials. I have a lot of fun, but you can't let that overtake the actual work because at the end of the day, it's got to be completed. Things got to get edited. Things got to get produced. Things got to get, you got to act out the full scene. Just because you have a great moment, don't mean the scene is over. So you got to see it all the way through. And in that, I love the completion of something rather than just the good parts of it. See it through to the end.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the best part is about the process
Mhm.
that we don't see along this journey. We just look at the destination as being the goal line, but really the blessings is the checkpoints.
Yeah.
Along the journey, like me and you right now is a checkpoint.
Mhm.
From where you
Yeah.
headed to, from where I'm headed to. That's my belief, and I don't get excited, but when you look back over it, that's what I do. I call it a reflection.
Oh
I do
yeah.
my reflective moment, and I'm like, wow, it was all part of a setup
Mhm.
in that process. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Tell us about. I want to know your success in real estate. I know you say you did real
Yeah.
estate. So tell
Okay.
me more about what you did. How did you get started in real estate?
Well, my sister, Natalie Earl of Covenant Investment Realty, she's been in the business for like 25 years. She's a broker in the St. Louis, Missouri area and also Florida. And so she's been a broker for, like I said, almost 25 years, been killing it, being amazing. My sister Loretta, who unfortunately passed away, she was also a realtor in the Missouri area. And it's kind of things that the family was doing, and I got into it that way. You learn about business, you learn about property management, you learn about just property laws and all that. And I did that for like a good 3 years, and then I went things took off with acting, and
Mhm.
it took me away from it, but I still do some real estate photography and production like stuff now. But real estate is it's such an easy market to get into. It's not as time consuming as people may think it is. You just have to put your eggs in the right basket. And
Mhm.
it could be overwhelming, but if you take it at a pace that works for you rather than against you, people's it could be consuming, but it is worthwhile.
Yeah, people getting caught in this rat race, and now they're in a hamster wheel.
Yeah,
They're not going nowhere.
yeah.
Because you're not going at your own pace. Somebody else's pace may not be your pace.
Hmm.
That's a beautiful thing of you to have that type of longevity
Yeah.
uh, in your family doing real estate, and having that wisdom,
Hmm.
to know what to do and have something to fall back on. I feel like a lot of people don't have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
Of course, people go to school and they say fall back on a degree, but now, even as acting takes off for you in your life, you still have something else to fall back on.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, and that's generational. We call it
Yeah.
generational wealth. Tell us how, like, did acting really begin? How like, where did you go? Like, how did you just, like, where did you position yourself for you to
Yeah.
take off the way you took off?
Okay. Ooh, what position myself? That's interesting. Well, as a kid, I was always a performer.
Mhm.
Like I'm hugely like I'm an introvert, right? I am shy, but I would say I loved moments of like real performance. I used to do these dance competitions. Actually, it was like talent show for the Palace. You remember the Palace?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I used to do that talent show, and I would act like I would not act like I would dance, and I would do the same dance. It was I wasn't the best dancer, but I had rhythm, but I wasn't the best dancer. I'd be doing the robot every time. But it really performing was always in me because even when I went to elementary school, they gave out superlatives. You know, when they get the sash and it's got like a best dressed or whatever. I won best actor as a superlative. So and that was in fourth grade. And the teacher told me that she gave me that award because I would always imitate movies. And like I would, I'm one of those people. I play, such. You know, what movie that's from. And performing has always been in me. But what got me out there, because I'm very physical, and I used to be, or I still consider myself athletic. I wanted to be a stuntman, and then it finally hit me around like 18 years old. I'm tired of like being shy. I want to be in front of the camera, and that kind of kicked my butt out from behind the scenes of wanting to be a stuntman. Because then I realized, like, no, I want to say the lines. I want to do the things, you know. Like you remember at school, I in the pit, the wrestling room. Do you remember when I ran up the wall? I did like the Jackie Chan run up the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of my stuntman days. I wanted to be a
Mm.
stuntman so bad, but that was I was as much as I that is performative. I was still real shy. So like right after high school, life kind of just came at me, and I was like, I'm tired of being afraid. You know,
I, do you feel like that was your God speaking to your spirit in such
mm,
a way for you to get to, where He wants you to be? Like, because as I'm listening to you, it sounds like a part of a setup from fourth
uh,
grade, as you've been an actor to now, you like, I got to break out, because I believe we all have something in us, but we be too afraid to let it out.
oh,
And
absolutely.
I feel God put us in the right situation for us to for our light to shine for Him, for the glory that He so He can get the glory in the end. And it's just that people become miserable because they're not living in His will. They doing things outside of it, the divine plan. And it sounds like
Oh yeah.
you in a divine plan. You know, that's great.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I
my
feel
next.
like I'm trying to fight back to get to who I was as a kid. Like I've been
Mm,
trying to fight back to get back to him for years now. Like the
mm.
fearlessness I had as a kid versus the things I worry about now, two different people.
because
Like,
because it's the world put us in this box.
yeah,
You know, you've been shattered, and now it's like, you have to rebuild that back because the Bible says you should have childlike faith.
yeah,
You know, if you realize that when we used to believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and all the types of stuff, we really believed that Santa was coming down the chimney. We didn't have a chimney.
mm,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So we believe all these things that He's bringing us presents. Mom and Daddy, we'd be ready to fight somebody. They told us our mom and daddy bringing them presents to us. You
Uh,
know, so but it be snatched away from us
mm,
as a child, and now that fearlessness we had and that faith that we had as a child really dwindles away. But
yeah,
like you said, and I've been doing the same thing as you just said, is getting back to being that child where I can do whatever I want to do. You said I can do what? If I want to hit a backflip right now, I'm gonna hit a backflip. If I want
yep,
to touch the stove, I'm gonna touch the stove. But like we have to go back to that as adults because we have so much possibilities,
yeah.
you know. So okay, with the acting, so okay, it sounds like also with the acting, since you directing, you acting, what made you not just want to act? What made you want to go ahead? You know what? I'm about to take it up another level.
Okay. Well, that's a good question. When you do something well and then you do it for long enough, you have no choice but to pass it on. And so in acting, I find myself, I'm at a place now where I've done so many things acting wise that I can tell you where the camera can be or should be or like a possibility or an option. And it has opened me up to being a director because I understand story. I understand scripts. I understand angles. And it also helps me understand actors. And so when you do something long enough and hopefully you progress in skill, you have no choice but to like take like an evolution type step to another position. And it's like one of those things, like if you're a model but you don't like to talk, you may model first, but if you get over that, you may be put into some commercials, and then maybe a show, or then things progress when you progress. And as you learn things, you really open yourself up to the possibilities of, like, I think I could do more than just sit back and say my lines. I think I could actually direct how these scenes are supposed to go, direct how this whole production should look, and have a real artistic ownership, rather than just doing my part, which everything is just doing my part. But you have more of an ownership on the story when you're the director, and then especially when you're the producer, it is the story you want to tell versus a story you're part of as an actor.
So you have a choice, just like our life, we have a choice. So basically, the producers ask us how we want to tell our life, and that's okay. That's great. So it sounds like you said before, you was an actor, then you went to direct producing. So it's like graduation moments in your life. That's awesome. So like I'm gonna go through the topic 3. What are you up to now?
What am I up to now?
Yes.
I just got out of a meeting for we're in post-production for my film. It's called Honorable, in which I play Muhammad Ali. It's so good. It was the script was written by Mia Bible. She also is the executive producer and plays Maya Angelou. And then Jason J. Little plays Malcolm X, and Jazz Tucker plays Herbert Muhammad, who's like my right-hand man from the nation. And it's such a great story. It's a short film. It's impactful. I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait to like just share like the poster and the trailer and the whole film. It's so impactful. I'm so happy to be a part of it. I produced that, came on as a co-director, and then I'm the lead. And it's such a great, impactful story from all levels. You talk about inspiration. It's Muhammad Ali, man. It's the greatest of all time. And so I'm up to that. That's what I'm doing. I can't wait for that to happen. I think we definitely by 2023, everything will be done, and we'll be, going to these film festivals and really pushing it. But I'm really excited about that. And then I got some commercials that are soon to be out. I can't talk about everything that they are, but I got like 7.
That's great to hear. Like just progression. Like you're not stopping. And like I said, I'm blessed that you even came on my platform to speak. Like you just actually got a meeting. What about you also are coaching?
Yes.
Actors from what age range?
Well, I try to maturity is a big thing because I take it very seriously. And so I don't want to push a child into a space where they may not be prepared for it from a maturity level. And so I try to deal with young teens to like 12 and up. With kids, you want to make sure they have a certain level of discipline. And I'll work with people under 12, but that's a case by case basis. But so 12 and up. And I'm sorry, what was the other part of that question?
No, I was wanting the viewers to know that you are coaching.
Yes, yes.
And that's
for one.
something that.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. When it comes to coaching and just the world of performing, the world is more gray than storytelling is when it comes to stage, film, TV, any level of performing. The world is more clear on, what is the story about? What is this character's purpose? What is their drive? And acting has actually revealed some disciplines that I didn't have in my own life, because these coaching sessions, they become almost therapeutic, because you find out a lot of things, a lot of holes, a lot of things you look over when you talk about like script analysis and character development. When you start to be like, I never thought about like why this person does that. Why do I do this? And then you get to know yourself, but then you also get to know the characters that you play. Something as simple as like, I've played a husband like 20 times. I very much know what a husband is supposed to bring on screen. It makes me check myself in real life on, if I want to be a husband, What do I need to be? What mindset do I need to have? And I've been a father. I don't have any kids. I love kids. I'm the world's greatest uncle. But film wise, what do I need? What is that connection? What is that purpose? What am I teaching my son or daughter on screen? And what is that drive? What is that motivation? And these are things that can translate into real life. Sometimes I've played great characters where I love their characteristics, which may be better than mine. And then sometimes I'll play people who I don't like. And I'm in my real life, I have to be like, I don't want to be like that dude, even though that dude look like me. I ain't that dude. And you learn these things about yourself. And I try to get people to open up and not only discover a world of acting and performing, but also something deep and about themselves.
Yeah, you evaluating yourself as you evaluating somebody else. Like, dang, do
Yeah.
I move that way or I move like this better? I feel it's more fulfilling, moving
Yeah.
this way. So next question, what would you tell your old self?
Mm. Ooh, so many levels to my old self.
Mm.
That's a good question. What would I tell my old self? Short-term goals are bigger than you think.
Mm.
I think Denzel, he has this quote about, when you wake up in the morning, put your shoes, make sure they're really deep underneath the bed so that you have to be on your knees to reach for them. And he talks about like prayer in that way, right? And that's just a simple thing. Something as simple as just making your bed. Like, because I do commercials, I have to smile a lot and stuff like that. The discipline of brushing your teeth, flossing, like short-term goals make such a huge impact. If you do 5 push-ups a day, by the end of the week, you could probably do 10 the next week. And if you do 10, you could probably do 20 the week after that. And you really build yourself off of these short-term goals. So when people say, like, a recent student asked me, Zach, how do you learn the script, understand the character, and know what the scene is about? I said, well, for one, repetition. When you do something enough, you start to be able to pick apart what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen. What is this person about? What is these words telling me? What are their motivations? It's a saying where people say, people telling themselves all the time. And in analysis and in character development, and even in real life, something I would tell myself is, what you do in the short term matters. So short-term goals matter. And if you don't have any, then you don't have anything. What are you working towards right now? If I wanted to be president years from now, what am I doing today to make that happen? And it may be real simple. It may just be going to a networking event. But if that networking event makes me shake the hands, makes me meet the people, or just simply gets me out there, something as simple as taking a public speaking class, it works towards that goal. Or I should say, it works towards that goal.
Mm.
You know.
That's awesome. I like that. So where can people find Zach if they want to get involved in acting? They want to just in contact with you, period, about all things about acting and directing. How can they find you?
Well, I'm Zachary Scott Clark on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Zach Clark Act on Instagram. That's my handle. But I have my links in my bio. It's at Zach Clark Act. And they can reach out to me. We could set up sometimes a 15-minute just discovery call just to see where people are at. And I'll have some forums for them to check out just so I can get a full read of where they're coming from. I teach everything from performing to voiceover acting to auditioning, and really a whole range of things. I have 7 pillars that I go through with them. And I just want people to be their best. And I want to give what I got, because it's not really mine to hold on to. It's mine to use, but it's not mine to keep.
That's powerful. Most definitely. Okay, you guys heard that. You know how to get in contact with Zach. While you at that, like, comment, and subscribe to I Am Boss Man TV. Follow me on Instagram, I Am Boss Man 3.0, Bruce Bird on Facebook. And I appreciate you guys viewing the platform. Until next time, have a great day.